What Works Cities is a initiative out of Bloomberg Philanthropies, launched in April of 2015. The goal was to help cities leverage data and evidence effectively to improve the lives of residents. And our mission is to work with 100 cities across the US with populations between 100,000 and 1 million. There is a motivation. Cities and city employees really want to use data they collect every day effectively to drive change, but there's a gap between their desire and what's actually happening on the ground. So just some examples of what we're talking about here is an idea of intention. A city has invested in a tool or a platform to release data publicly. 3 out of 4 cities that we looked at had done that, but only about 1 in 5 have actually an established process for updating and releasing that data on a regular basis. But we also found in that initial hypothesis was also the case as well. We see that commitment is the major predictor of change. Your leader standing up there saying this is important, let's do this. It means that we see that our cities, those cities happen to be the most successful. Our key focus areas, same indicators sort of reshuffled around. This is actually sort of a subset of the data. And so in looking in these areas, this is how sort of cities on average score based on our indicators in each of these core areas of technical areas. They do tend to operate together. So we see a high degree of correlation between performance analytics and results-driven contracting and low-cost evaluation. The one interesting part of this is actually, so open data doesn't operate in the same way. It tends to operate somewhat independently. What we had found, and I didn't put this up there, is that larger cities with more budgets, tend to implement open data practices and policies at a higher rate than other cities. Regardless of whether or not it is easy for a smaller city to do it without spending a ton of money, there is this idea that it costs a lot or it does a lot, so they don't end up doing it. And what we're seeing in actually implementing some technical assistance is that smaller cities like Victorville, California, or Jackson, Mississippi can have tremendous success, not only in the transparency part of open data, but the data management part of open data, helping to share data effectively between departments in a way that isn't costing the city a ton of money.